It was another early morning. When I wake up at 4:30, I don't know why I feel like so creeped out, and like the vibe just feels like dark and like guys, so we just started watching the show Adolescence. It's good so far. And The Bachelor before that, completely different show. There was a part that I was just like, I don't know, to me it was like touching but like really sad. So the detective, he's talking to his son about like the crime that the main kid committed. I cannot remember their names right now, it's too early. But in the scene, it's like the son is trying to talk and the dad is just like cutting him off, like because he's trying to get this piece of information that's like what's like clouding his mind. And me and James, like we both said at the same time when we were like, the kid is just trying to talk. But I told James, I'm like, because I feel like parenting can burn you out as the years go on, or like you're just busy with life and sometimes like you don't mean to, but you might not be as present as you'd like to for your kid. And I told James, like, I hope like I never lose sight of like why I wanted to become a parent, and also just like being Alaska's mom. Even when Alaska was like a little thing, she was always a separate thing from me. Yeah, I gave birth to her, but she's her own person. Like, I do not own her. She's gonna one day choose her life. Also, guys, I keep feeling it's a wet mark, so if you could see it, I was just doing my hair, that's why it's wet. But yeah, going back to it, I don't ever want to like cut off Alaska or make her feel like I don't listen to her, especially at like the teenage years, because I feel like those years are like tricky as shit because kids think they're grown. You want to tell them that you know better and they can't understand that, so it's like a whole thing. But I feel like for myself, at least, every day, even some days where I feel like I pay less attention to her, even like now with like content creating, sometimes I'm like trying to like edit stuff in front of her and I feel so guilty when I'm not, like when I know that she wants my attention and I missed like the mark when she looked at me, and then I try hard to like make it up. My teenage years, like maybe one day I'll talk about it. You know, that's when you're trying to find yourself, and like if you feel like your parents aren't really listening to what you need, especially like the older generation, you know how, well, my mom was strict. She was like, you're gonna be in this cage until you're like 21. I hope that my relationship with Alaska, she always feels like I care genuinely about what she thinks as a person, and that I'm not trying to like put my opinion on her, you know, like, yeah, I'll tell her my side of things, but I know ultimately as a teenager, you do whatever you want, and you know, you find your way around things. I want to always remember what I felt like at that age in my head, and I was really quiet, I was shy, I didn't really speak my mind. Maybe till like later on in high school, I got more comfortable with like who I am. But that's the thing that I want Alaska to always carry through, because I feel like if you can build a child who's like confident, like just what they can achieve, that they believe in themselves, it's not so easy for other kids to break them down. And I would say like I was a pretty confident kid. I was just shy, but I think like I never really let like peer pressure get to me. I think I was also really scared of my mom, so that was another thing. But yeah, I just like hope that we do the right thing for Alaska, so that when she reaches that age, it's not so easy for a kid to like influence her to do things, or like, you know, if people tell her mean things, that she feels like she needs to give in because she wants to be like them, or she wants to be validated by them. Yeah, that show is good so far. I'm gonna update you guys when I finish the show. And my little Alaska, I love her personality. I always say I love her personality. She's challenging as shit, I'm not gonna lie. Girl be putting me through the ringer on a daily, but she also reminds me of me. But yeah, it's so interesting being a parent, because like you think about yourself, you think about them, you think about what you want for them, and obviously that's out of your control. You know, I do believe strongly, being raised by my mom like that, you can instill values very early on that mold you as a person. They might shift a little as you get older, but there's something in you from how whoever raised you that becomes a part of you forever, you know? But yeah, that's my morning rant, because I was thinking about the show I'm working on and I was like, I want to talk about this. But anywho, guys, enjoy your Tuesday. Unfortunately, this will be out a day later, but yeah, enjoy your day, guys, and take care. Bye bye.